Welcome to the Matt O'Grady Coaching Podcast, mattogradycoaching.com. Thanks for joining me tonight. I am really happy to be here. It's one of those times where, I've done hundreds of podcast recordings, and every once in a while, I go to do one, and I can tell how important it is because of how I feel. I don't talk about anything that I'm not really inspired about, but there is a level that just kind of goes above. And that is going to happen this time. So, for this podcast, we're going to do a living in the end meditation. Just to give you a little background, the living in the end philosophy was shared by Neville Goddard. And if you're not familiar with him, just Google him or YouTube him, and you can get a sense of what he's all about. He uses a lot of Christian writing, Old Testament and New Testament biblical associations, as he thinks the whole Bible is essentially a psychological and emotional wisdom teaching, and that if you take it from that perspective, everything makes perfect sense. Whether something was historical or not, there's a wisdom teaching involved in much of the Bible, both the Old Testament and the New Testament. And the Bible is something I've read thousands of times throughout the years. It's been a fascinating journey for me, and as is any sacred text. But since I grew up with the New Testament, it kind of feels a real interesting connection for me, because it's literally been my whole life that I've been studying these books for about 40-something years now. And whenever I come back to it, I realize that it has something to teach. And the wisdom can certainly be found in other sacred texts as well. But as many scholars will say, there's something about the Old and New Testaments that have some very powerful, beautiful wisdom teachings. And one of these philosophies of Neville's of living in the end comes from different passages, Old and New Testament, about how we should focus this God-given, so to speak, talent to be able to focus our attention and think about whatever it is we choose to think about, and use our imagination, also a divine gift, to literally see ourselves living something that hasn't happened yet in our physical life. And Neville treats this as one of the greatest gifts to humankind. And when you understand where he's coming from, I'm pretty sure you'll agree, because it's essentially saying that we can forecast our lives. We can manifest what we want. Now, a lot of people hear about the law of attraction, or they watch The Secret and they think it's like, I just think about a few things and all of a sudden I have it. Well, I can tell you that this teaching really is not so much about just manifesting material things. Can it be done? Of course. But the deeper teaching is that we all have something, if not many, somethings to learn in this life that has so much more to do with the depth of our souls, with the infinite aspect of who we really are. And if that interests you, then this meditation, I think, will really be something that you'll enjoy. So as we begin to move into the meditative space, just begin to relax. We're going to just do a stream of consciousness meditation on living in the end. And essentially what Neville's teaching us here is that whatever it is we want in this life, material or otherwise, we simply need to live in it. Live in the end of it, of already having it, experiencing it, achieving it. Whether it's spiritual enlightenment or romantic love or peace or physical healing or money, regardless of what it is that we want. And there's no judgment on whatever it is that you want. I mean, if you want something material, please, by all means, have at it. I wish you the absolute highest success in achieving anything that you want. You know, we all, 7 billion of us, live different lives, and none of us can judge the other, regardless of how crazy or wild or evil we may think someone's being. We truly don't know their life path. So, as we move into this space, let's come from that mindset, a non-judgmental, non-critical mindset, when we just accept ourselves and others, as we just move into that place of acceptance. You can close your eyes, you can relax, you can walk. I don't know if I would drive so much during this meditation, but if you do, please be careful. So begin to settle into whatever your most comfortable position is. If you're walking or driving, make sure you still relax yourself enough to experience the meditation without dozing off while you're at the wheel. So let your shoulders fall. Let your body feel heavy. Feel your skin and all the sensations on it. Relax all the little muscles in your face. Notice your breath moving through your body. Allow the deepest parts of you to awaken. And simply relax. Any tension or stress, any part of the body that's holding, we just simply let it go. And if you need a few more minutes of just this simple letting go process, just hit pause or whatever and do that for a few minutes, because that could be exactly what you need. And you'll know if it's you. And if not, just continue with us on this meditative journey of living in the end, directing our attention, and then using our minds to experience what we want most in life. This is not a daydream. This is a visioning practice. This is an invitation to whatever it is you want most. Love, joy, forgiveness, abundance, beauty, kindness, compassion, enlightenment. Speaking of enlightenment, just just read an article this week about how our bodies at some of the smallest levels are actually emitting light all the time. And I love how science is often bringing more of the spiritual truths to light. Literally. It's cool. Relax. Simply be. And invite in the idea in your mind of what you want most. In this moment, it doesn't have to be the biggest thing in your life, or it could be. It's really up to you. And as you bring that idea, the idea of having this, experiencing this, living from the place of being this, notice how you feel. And if it's your first time, it may feel uncomfortable or weird or unique or different. That's okay. Or even if this is your first time, it may feel wonderful. And that's really great. It's all good. Just follow along as best you can, staying relaxed and connected to yourself. And feel free to leave anytime. Notice how you feel when you think about what you want, specifically thinking about already having what you want. It's already in your life. What are you doing now that you already have this? Are you on vacation? Are you down on your knees in gratitude? Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? Just meditate on those different things here for a minute or two. Stay relaxed, breathe, and I'll be back in a few moments. So who were you with? Are you by yourself? The ocean just looking out? The vast infinity, the never-ending horizon, just taking in the ocean and the wind and the sun and the sand. Or maybe it's at night and you're taking in the stars and the moon and the planets and all the amazing things in the sky. Are you laughing with friends? Are you cheersing? Are you receiving congratulations? Are you getting a long-deprived hug from someone that just means the world to you in ways that you never could have imagined before they came into your life, but now that they're in your life, you just know your life is expanded in this unique, wonderful, amazing direction. Well, do you have someone like that in your life? If not, maybe that's what you should be thinking about. I'm just kidding. That one's for me. So, simply focus on how it feels. Simply feel it as you see yourself experiencing the process of living in the end of whatever it is you want. It could be something simple. It could be putting together a new business plan. It could be as simple as this dinner you want to have with someone, or the house you want, or the job you want, or the partner you want, or the next project you're working on, or just that new position position at work. It could be anything. It could be your health, or you're finally starting that scrapbooking club. I don't know. I'm making it up. But whatever it is for you. I've never scrapbooked, but it looks like fun. Have some fun with it. Relax, let your hair down. This is a safe place to just, nobody knows. It's just me, you, and all the thousands of listeners, but they can't hear what you're thinking. So just let yourself meditate on what you want, how it feels, who you're with, and what you're doing. It's that simple. And allow it to feel good. If anything's coming up that feels stressful or confusing, I would just let that thought pass right on through. I would look for your joy, because that's what we all really want, is to feel good. And that's okay. It's okay to feel good. I know there's suffering has all sorts of badges of honor in our society, but we don't have to suffer all the time, do we? I hope not. Hope not. In fact, I know we don't. So if you don't want to suffer, simply stop suffering. Start enjoying. It's as simple as using this divine gift of focusing our attention anytime, anywhere, on anything we want. We can always do that. We may forget that we can do that. We may not want to do that, but we always can if we choose to. And that's powerful. That's pretty amazing. We always have choice. That's how powerful we are. That's how beautiful we are. You can always choose compassion, kindness, forgiveness, love, peace, and joy. And especially for whatever it is you want most in your life, I hope you're focused on feeling good. And those that I just listed out are some of the best ways to feel good. You know me, the appreciation, gratitude, thankfulness guy. How about that space? How about taking a few moments right now to imagine feeling deeply, deeply grateful. So grateful that it's just completely fills you up. This level of appreciation is almost like an ecstasy that you can experience, this fast vibration that almost feels like it's lifting you up off the ground. It's like a superpower, this deep thankfulness that's available. There's our heart just blows wide open. We feel awake and powerful and aligned. And after we achieve our goals, our intentions become life, our dreams are being lived, it's important to appreciate what we've been given, what we've created, but we've never done it on our own. There's always people, places, and things, and divine energies that help us achieve it. Always. We don't do anything completely on our own, do we? No, we don't. At the very least, our parents helped create an opportunity for us to come into this life. So straight away from the moment we exited the womb, Someone did something for us. They got us into this life alive. Sometimes a little more worse for wear than others, but, it is what it is. And how we think about it now changes everything. This meditation can be one of those moments, one of those before and after moments where you realize how powerful, beautiful, and amazing you really are, what you can really have in your life, and how damn good it can feel. Without anyone else's opinion or sign off, we can just choose to feel it. It's the one place that we can be completely free. It's in our own minds and in our own hearts. By choosing to direct our attention and focus upon something we want, something that feels good, something that we know deep down is good for the world and good for us. Yeah. Living in the End by Neville Goddard is a great gift. And I'm so thankful to him. And I'm so thankful to the wisdom teachers of the Bible, where he bases a lot of the teaching on. And I'm so glad that my journey with Christianity has been healed. There were a lot of years that I was in pain and not full of forgiveness, I'll tell you that. I was mad. I was angry. And I had to learn how to let that go. Thank God. But learning how to direct our attention in the present moment with as much compassion as I can muster in my heart for myself and others, we learn that we can truly be whoever we want to be in this life. It's a choice. Regardless of what anyone else has said or done, or situations that have been in the past, as one of my teachers once said, the past is dead. Now is forever. The present moment of now is ripe with whatever we choose to put in it. And living in the End is a practice that allows you to explore the many mansions of who you really are, exploring the amazing journey of who you can really be, and what is really possible, what your potential, what your true potential really is in this life. Whatever you want it to be. Feel how good it is to be who you want to be. In your mind and in your heart, knowing that it will be down the road, or some beautiful form of it, Sometimes we focus our attention on something we want, and we get something different only to realize it's what we wanted all along, or it's so much better than what we wanted all along. Yeah, life has a way of bringing us everything we need to grow and expand and become who and what we really can become in this life. Just somehow taps into our potential if we allow it to do its work. Take what we've been given, turn those lemons into lemonade. Now come back to your wish, your dream, what you want most. Could be simple. In this moment, what you want most could be a cup of coffee. Could be an ice cream sundae. Can you tell I like food? It could be anything. It could be a delicious glass of wine. It could be a restful weekend. It could be a healing of some ailment. It could be a healed relationship. It could be anything. What is it for you? How do you feel? Who are you with? And what are you doing? Just keep asking those questions and seeing it in your mind. And enjoy it. You can make it anything you want. This is your opportunity to be completely free. And you can continue with this meditation as long as you like. But me, I have some other practices to attend to this evening. Thanks for joining me. It was an absolute pleasure to be here with you. And I'm so grateful to all of you who listen to this podcast and share it and sign up for my list at mattogredycoaching.com, and appreciate your compliments and kind words. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Come back into your body. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the bottoms of your feet. Feel your hands. Feel your face. Feel your sacrum, your spine. From the first chakra to the crown chakra. Gently flutter your eyes open if you're ending this meditation. And notice how you feel. Thank you.